This is our 5th attempt, I'm pretty sure, at a fighting fantasy book. But this one is a little different because, as the title suggests, armies, we've got an army! We've got an army, so it's not just us doing the fight. It's not just us doing the fight. Fuck me, where is my little character sheet? Where is everything that I need to see? Whoa, there we go, see in a bit. There we go, boom, here's our character sheet. We've got 9 skill, we've got 15 stamina, we've got 8 luck, we've got 700 gold, but look here, we've got soldiers. We've got warriors, dwarfs, elves, knights, and others. So let's crack on. Let's crack on. Welcome in, welcome in. This is the captain's cabin. When I'm ashore, this is where I come, sit by the fire, and I read stories of all my adventures. This one, Armies of Death. Fame and fortune are 2 things which most adventurers crave. And having survived Baron Sukhumvit's infamous death trap dungeon, we haven't, you now have both. It was thought impossible for anybody to battle their way successfully through the deadly dungeon in Fang, which was protected by the Baron's cunning trail masters. Yet somehow you survived and claimed the purse of 20,000 gold pieces in the Trial of Champions. I didn't claim that. Absolutely, I didn't. Now, wherever you walk in Fang, you are cheered. And in the taverns where you drink, people ask you about your perilous journey through the dungeon. Was there a bone devil in the dungeon? Did you see the beautiful siren? How did you overcome the Lich Queen? What does a cold claw look like? What is the colour of a mutant orc's blood? Everybody is in awe of you and wants to know all about the evil dungeon. But the constant attention soon becomes tiring, and you resolve to set off on another quest as soon as possible. Besides, there is a new threat to Alancia, which is gathering strength in the east. Before you set off, you decide to spend some of your hard-earned prize money. You commission a small castle to be built for you on the south bank of the River Cock. The River Cock. Of course I would live there, fuck me. While you're away, with the remaining 6,000 gold pieces, you decide to hire soldiers to make an army. Why not? Recently there have been sightings of a large number of orcs and goblins in the Forest of Fiends. There's a rumour that their leader is Aglax, the Shadow Demon. A Shadow Demon, as everybody knows, is a servant of the Demon Princes and a commander of the Legions of the Damned. Since their banishment to the Void after the first Battle of Titan, however, the Demon Princes were thought to have been defeated forever. And yet, one of their servants is now reported to have been seen. This tale comes from an old scavenger calling himself Drek, who discovered a ruined temple near Zengis. Scratching around in the dirt in search of anything he might be able to sell, Drek found a black clay pot, corked and sealed with black wax. His curiosity proved too much for him, and he broke the pot on a stone, hoping that it might contain gold or jewels. But his excitement soon turned to terror at the sight of what happened next. As soon as the black pot broke apart, Drek was deafened by the most hideous and evil cry that he had ever heard in his life. Slowly, a mist started to form, growing ever larger and darker, until it coalesced in the shape of a black robe wrapped around a body that was invisible save only for 2 pulsating blood-red eyes. Drek screamed in total fear, but the shadow demon he had released simply turned and disappeared. The Chaos Spawn was to grow again on Titan. On the strength of Drek's story, you post recruitment notices all over Fang. The honour of fighting alongside someone of your renown, with the added bonus of payment in gold, draws a long line of hopeful warriors outside the tavern where you intend to hire your soldiers. Many are alone, others come in groups, but all are eager to sign up. Some tell of old adventures, others of monsters slain, but you recognise the qualities you seek. And before nightfall, your troops are chosen. Not knowing what dangers you will face, you decide not to hire all of the warriors who have come, so as to have some gold left for the journey. You count the commission sheets and find you have hired 100 warriors, 50 dwarfs, 50 elven archers, and 20 knights. In the morning you buy food, provisions, and baggage mules, and when everything is paid for, you're left with 700 gold pieces, which you put in your wooden chest and strap to one of the mules. You make your way to a town square where the small army is assembled. Each unit leader is handed a yellow banner with the symbol of a burning sword emblazoned across it. To the cheers of the citizens of Fang, you lead your army out through the east gate towards an unknown and deadly foe. Well, there we are. That's the intro. That's where we're starting, friends. That's where we're starting. Now, finally, we begin the adventure proper. With our 700 gold and our army at our heels, off we go. To victory, I hope. You have marched no more than 200 yards when a fat, bearded man, huffing and puffing, runs up alongside. Wait, am I in this book? I would be huffing and puffing if I was having to run. He's dressed up as a sea captain. He's dressed as a sea captain as well. Fuck me. This book was written about me. It was written about me. Although his uniform is dirty and crumpled and his grubby hat is dented. Alright guys, stop it. You're just kicking me now. Begging your pardon, gasps the captain, but would you listen to my offer? I've just docked my ship in Fang and found everyone full of excitement. It seems that you are the cause of it. They tell me that you're traveling east to fight some demon or something. Well, I don't know about any demons, but I'm willing to take you and your men on my ship as far as Zengis, for a small consideration, of course. Just think of all those miles you won't have to walk. Sail up the River Cock on Captain Barnock's good ship, the Flying Toucan, and only 50 gold pieces am I asking for this luxury passage. Now, that's a bargain, is it not? Says the old sea dog. If you wish to sail on the Flying Toucan, turn to 37. If you'd rather continue marching, turn to 225. I think, let's jump on this guy's boat. It's only 50 gold. We've got 700 left, and that's after hiring all of our dudes and paying for provisions and mules and whatever. We're going to get on the guy's boat. We're going to get on the guy's boat. So we are turning to 37. Following Captain Barnock, you lead your men down to the docks where the Flying Toucan is moored. It's an old ship, and like the captain, is in very poor condition. But this hardly comes as a surprise to you, as nothing of much worth ever comes out of Port Blacksand. You tell your men to go aboard and pay Captain Barnock his 50 gold pieces. Deduct these from your adventure sheet. I did that already. The captain shouts the order to set sail, and you watch the motley crew from the bridge as they haul on the ropes, climb the rigging, and unfurl the sails. Within 20 minutes, Fang has faded from your view as the river journey gets underway. Everybody is in high spirits, and even the dwarfs and elves forget their differences and chat together, united in their desire to rid Alancia of the shadow demon. At the bow, you see a group of warriors leaning over the side of the ship, staring at the river. Suddenly, one of them points at the river and shouts, "Look! A barrel floating towards us!" They've obviously never been at sea. They've never seen a fucking barrel before. You look over the side to see a large sealed barrel bobbing in the water. If you want to order one of your men to dive into the water and order the haul in the barrel, turn to 145. If you'd rather sail on without stopping, turn to 346. So, thing is, a barrel, is that interesting to me? No. I've already got all my provisions. I don't really care what's in another barrel. We're going to ignore it, because it's probably going to be like a trap. And then it'll be game over after like 5 minutes. 346. 346? 346 is where we're going. The barrel floats by. Idly you wonder what it may have contained as it disappears from view. Turn to 209. 209, friends. 209. Oh. Oh, we've got a picture, friends. We've got a picture. Oh my goodness. And it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. I mean, the picture looks good. The situation doesn't look good. Where are we at? Where are we at? Here we are. As she rounds a bend in the river, the Flying Toucan suddenly comes under attack. A large fireball flies through the air towards you, hurled from a wooden catapult that is stationed on the south bank. Under the covering fire, 20 river raiders jump into their log canoes and paddle quickly over to the Flying Toucan. Test your luck. If you're lucky, turn to 286. If you're unlucky, turn to 131. I'll just put in just some numbers so it works, but I basically need to roll my 2 dice, and they need to be less than or equal to my luck score, which is 8. So I'm gonna do that instead of rolling on the table. So ignore the total. It says 5 and 3 is 8, so that counts as we are lucky. The fireball whistles by between the masts and lands harmlessly in the river. Turn to 21. I don't mind if I do. So far, so good. I'm really hoping, because we've got an army of several hundred men behind us, we might stand a chance of surviving this book. We'll see. Before the river raiders close with your ship, another fireball is flung from the catapult. Test your luck again. Okay, we test our luck. And it turns out I've been doing luck wrong the whole time. Every time we test our luck, we are supposed to drop our luck score down by 1. I've been doing it when we've been using it in combat, but it turns out every time we test our luck, we need to reduce it by 1. So now when I test my luck, I need to have 7 or less on the 2 dice on the left. Let's have a look. Well, that's 10. That's unlucky. That is very unlucky, and we go down to now 6 luck points. Hopefully we get them back. And see, that's always been a thing. That's always been a thing. The game will give us back luck points. We go, oh, we haven't lost any, but it turns out we were doing it wrong. So we were unlucky. We were unlucky. We turned to 74. These motherfucking river raiders. Do you think that captain's in on it? He's lured us into an ambush. I wouldn't put it past him. The fireball crashes into the mainmast and drops onto the deck, killing 5 of your men. 2 dwarves quickly smother the fireball with wet blankets, averting a fire on board. 5 of them have just died. Now here's the thing, friends. When any of our soldiers die, we can pick which pool to remove them from. So I'm going to say we've lost 5 warriors. I feel like the dwarfs and the elves and the knights are probably like the special units, so I want to keep as many of those as possible. But we'll kill the warriors, or we'll say the warriors are dead. Oh goodness, right, so we've lost 5 guys. And the river raiders are still going to come up, aren't they? So 2 dwarfs quickly smother the fireball with wet blankets, averting a fire on board. Turn to 192. We shall turn to 192, friends. The river raiders are obviously unaware of the number of soldiers on board your ship, otherwise they would not have attacked with only 20 men. As they draw closer, no more fireballs are released by the catapult, and you must decide what to do. If you want to order the elves to loose their arrows at the raiders, turn to 380. If you would rather let the raiders climb aboard, turn to 258. What, you know what? Why would I let them climb aboard? Why on earth would I let them climb aboard? The elves line up along the side of the ship and fire their arrows at the surprised raiders. Their aim is deadly. 8 raiders are killed with the first volley. The remaining raiders realize it would be suicidal to press home their attack and turn their canoes around to paddle back to shore as quickly as possible. A great cheer goes up from the deck of the ship as you sail upriver, away from the routed raiders. Turn to 309. Oh, how fucking good. We lost 5 guys. They lost 8 though. And we've taught them a valuable lesson. You don't fuck with Captain Rusty. That's right. It's a mutiny. I've taken over the captainship of the Flying Toucan. You don't fuck with Captain Rusty and his boys. And girls. I guess women are allowed in the army as well, in Rusty's army. Why not? You sail on without incident for another hour when somebody spots a log floating downriver with a man lying across it, face down and motionless, his limbs trailing in the water. If you wish to rescue the man, turn to 119. If you'd rather sail on without stopping, turn to 234. I mean, it does sound like it's not our problem, right? Should we save him? We could save him, but also we could ignore him. I think let's ignore him. He's not our problem. He's laying face down. He's probably dead or nearly dead anyway. I can't spare the provisions. A few miles further upriver, you come across a bearded man with ragged hair, standing on the north bank. He's dressed in animal furs and is waving his arms at you, gesturing for you to stop. If you wish to sail over to the man to investigate, turn to 298. If you'd rather sail on, 203. No, we're focused on the mission. Everything else is a distraction. We didn't stop for the barrel. We didn't stop for the man on the log. I'm not going to stop for a man with crazy fucking animal skins waving at me. No, 203. Thank you very much. I probably will live to regret each and every one of these decisions, but they're my mistakes to make. Sometime later, Captain Barnett walks over to you and says, "We'll soon be dropping anchor for the night. Would you and your men like to sleep here on the deck of my ship, or would you prefer to find somewhere more comfortable on land?" If you decide to sleep on deck, turn to 12. If you wish to go ashore and find some long grass on which to sleep, turn to 337. No, we're going on. We're not stopping. We're not stopping till we get to our destination. We're turning to 12. Not long after midnight, something disturbs your sleep, and you wake to see a bright moonlit sky. Barely moving your head, you look left and right and see a shadow moving near some barrels tied amidships. On the bridge, there is no sign of the lookout, and you immediately sense danger. Grabbing your sword, you tiptoe towards the barrels, crouched down. Something that glints in the moonlight is suddenly hurled at you without warning. Instinctively, you duck. Roll 2 dice. If the number rolled is the same as or less than your skill, turn to 246. If it's greater than your skill, 267. So we're rolling 2 dice on our little online thing. We need to get 9 or less to not get fucked, I guess. Let's roll. We've got 6 and a 2. That makes 8 to me. That means we're successful, right? That means we're successful. Same or less than, we turn to 246. Who's on the boat throwing fucking rocks at me? It's not even a rock. A silver trident flies over your head and thuds into the mast behind you. A nimble figure then runs out from behind the barrel and dives over the side of the ship into the water, making the quietest of splashes. You look over the side but see no head rise to the surface. Whoever or whatever attacked you must be an excellent underwater swimmer. You walk over to the barrels and see watery webbed prints on your deck, perhaps made by a fish man. Test your luck. Fuck me. Okay, let's test our luck. We've got to get 6 or under. We've had to do a lot of luck tests in not much time, haven't we, friends? I'm just going to roll 2 dice here. 6 or less we need. 5! Wonderful. We're lucky. We turn to 43. 43. By now, many of your men are awake. None of them appears to have come to any harm, apart from the lookout who is nursing a sore head, having been attacked from behind by the midnight raider. An extra man is put on watch while everybody else settles down to sleep once again. Not long after dawn, Captain Barnack gives the order to set sail up a river. Turn to 188. Oh. Oh, something's going on. Something's going on at 188, friends. Something's going on. I think, perhaps, we see something through our telescope. 2 hours later, the tranquility of the river trip is suddenly disturbed by a shout from the crow's nest of, "River pirates! River pirates!" Captain Barnack reaches for his telescope and fumes and curses as he focuses on the ship coming downriver at full speed. He hands you the telescope, and you see the reason for his concern. The pirate ship is of the type built by Northmen, exceptionally sturdy, and with a huge iron ramming spike protruding from the bow. Double rows of oars extend from each side of the ship, giving added speed. The Flying Toucan is obviously no match for the pirate ship, which steers a ramming course. Captain Barnack starts to fluster, not knowing what to do. Oh, fuck me, friends. We might be in trouble here. We might be in a little bit of trouble here. Do we order him to raise a flag of surrender? Do we turn the Flying Toucan towards the north bank? Or do we order the Flying Toucan to turn about and outrun the pirate ship? I don't think we are going to outrun them. They've got sails, they've got oars. I don't know what we've got, but I'm pretty sure we don't have those things. Oh dear. Okay, how about we raise the flag of surrender, and then when they come aboard, we kill them all. It's like a reverse ambush, yeah? 277 is where we're going. I really hope this is going to work out. Pirates pay no heed to flags of surrender, and certainly have no reputation for mercy. The ship bears down upon the Flying Toucan at full speed, ramming it amidships. You're thrown off your feet by a jolt. Test your luck. Oh, fuck me. And we've got to actually reduce our luck score again, haven't we? Our current luck is 5. We've got to roll 2 dice now and get under 5 to be lucky. Fingers crossed. We've got 11. That's not great. That's not great at all, friends. Shit. So we are unlucky. We turn to 215. Could this be the end? Could this be the end of our adventure? No, we still got a whole army, surely. We'll be alright. A rope securing a block and tackle in the rigging above you parts as the pirate ship rams the Flying Toucan. The block and tackle crash to the deck, knocking you unconscious in the process. When you awake, you find yourself chained to an oar below decks on the pirate ship. The Flying Toucan, having been sunk, as a galley slave, you will spend the rest of your days straining over an oar. Your adventure is over. Oh my fucking god. Our adventure is over. Our adventure is over. We're not having that, friends. Let's say that we were lucky. We're going to rewind. We're going to allow ourselves a couple of rewinds here. Alright. I'd rather die from actual death than luck. Alright. So let's drop our luck down to 4 because we just did a luck test. But I'm going to say we were lucky that time just so we can carry on the story a little bit longer. Because that's bullshit. That's bullshit, right? So let's say we were lucky. I'm going to turn to 384. We're just going to pretend that that never happened. I'm not a pirate slave. Not at all. Not at all. A rope securing a block and tackle in the rigging above you parts as the pirate ship rams the Flying Toucan. The block and tackle crash to the deck, we've heard this before, narrowly missing you. You run to look over the side of the ship and see a gaping hole through which water is pouring in. There's no time to lose as the Flying Toucan starts to sink. You order your men to abandon ship and swim to the north bank. There's much shouting and panic coming from Captain Barnack's crew as you dive into the cold river. The water is not very deep. Looking back, you see the pirates boarding the half-submerged old ship. A few minutes later, you'll haul yourself out of the water and count the cost of the sinking of the Flying Toucan. Roll 1 die. If you roll 1 to 3, turn to 7. If you roll 4 to 6, turn to 3, 1, 3. Right, so we're gonna roll on our thing again, and we'll just take what the top die says. So the top die on the left is a 1. So we are going to go with what that says. So we turn to 7. We turn to 7. Let's hope it's not bullshit. These fucking pirates have really messed us up, man. They really messed it up. Your losses are greater than you had expected. 10 warriors and 10 elves died on board the Flying Toucan. Oh no. So we're down to 85 and 40. Oh no, that's dwarves. 10 elves. 5 dwarves and 15 knights were drowned in the river. Oh my god. Oh my god, we've just lost so many guys. Oh. Dragged under the water by the weight of their armor. Lose 1 point from your luck. Oh my god. Do you know what? I think, shall we just not bother? Shall we not bother with luck? Should we just pretend that mechanic doesn't exist? Because we might get a bit further through a book if we ignore it. The survivors seem reassured to have firm ground underfoot once more and are keen to start marching. You decide to set off straight away, hoping to reach Zengis the following day. Turn to 336. No, turn to 366. Let's not go to the wrong fucking page. 366 is where we're going. 366. 366, 366, 366. The rest of the day passes without incident, and as the light begins to fade, you give the order to set up camp. The mood of your men is very somber, and hardly a word is spoken around the campfire. After the guards are posted, nobody wastes any time in lying down. You wake in the morning to a bright blue sky, which completely contradicts the threat hanging over Alancia. Your army is soon on the move again, as an hour or so later, the towers and rooftops of Zengis come into view. You appoint a stout warrior by the name of Lexon as your second in command. You instruct him to lead your men into a field outside the town walls and to pitch camp there. You want them out of trouble and well rested for the next day's long march. You tell Lexon that you will spend the night in Zengis in order to recruit more troops. Oh, good, wonderful, excellent. Because we've lost a lot. We've lost a lot. And perhaps hear rumours about Aglax the Shadow Demon. Promising to be back by noon of the following day, you walk to Zengis to enter the town through the main gates. You decide to head for the nearest tavern, since it's as good a place as any to find both warriors and rumours. Walking down a narrow street between old houses, you suddenly catch sight of a gold ring lying in the gutter. If you want to pick it up, turn to 292. If you'd rather ignore it and head for a tavern, turn to 52. Shall we pick up the ring? Thing is, I'll tell you why I ignored the barrel and I ignored the man on the log in the river and I ignored the man on the bank. It's because on the back of the thing it says, the longer you spend searching for these powers I need to destroy the demon, the stronger he will become. That's why I'm in a bit of a hurry to keep going on our journey. But having said that, I can't turn down, a shiny precious on the floor. We've got to pick it up. Oh, fuck me. Maybe we shouldn't have picked it up. Fuck you, book. Why every time I decide to do something, the book decides it's going to fuck me over? I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about this at all, friends. You examine the ring and see that it's inscribed with the number 45. Suddenly, you feel a tap on your shoulder. Whirling round, you're confronted by a huge bald man looking angrily at you. An ugly scar runs across his face from above his left ear to the bottom of his right cheek. His bulging muscles stretch his black leather tunic, and you are quick to notice that he is brandishing a battle axe. A throwing axe is strapped to his leg. He points an accusing finger into your face and growls, "That's my ring, stranger. Give it to me or die." You notice that his fat fingers are far too big for the ring, and decide he is obviously lying. Will you give him the ring, run away down the street, or fight the axe man? I'm not going to give it to him, and I'm not going to run away. Fuck this guy. He's accusing me of being a thief. I think it's about time we do a one-on-one combat, because we haven't done one. We haven't done any combat yet, actually, apart from a few luck rolls on the boat. We haven't actually had to fight either individually or our army. So let's fight this thug, shall we? Mr. Scarface. The Axeman stands back, cutting a figure of 8 through the air with his battle axe, which he wields in both hands. Right, so here's what I'm proposing we do for future. From now on, friends, we're just going to ignore luck completely. I know that's really probably against the spirit of the game and the rules, but it's fucked me over too many times. And I would like to see the conclusion of one of these stories. It's not about the winning, it's about getting into a story and an adventure and not knowing how it fucking ends. So I think I'm going to just ditch the luck right now. The Axeman, he has 8 skill and 8 stamina. So we outskill him barely, and we do out-stamina him. So I think we're all good. We're all good. Let's fight the dude. Our first proper fight of the day. Oh, fuck you, Axeman! Right, so far so bad. Right, so we need 3 more hits on him. 3 more hits, and we're winning. Oh, fuck you again. Come on. 2 more, please. I've already decided to ditch the luck. Don't make me ditch the combat as well. I can't assume we'll win every combat, but we won this one. So let's update our sheet. We have currently got 11 stamina. We won the fight. While taking his axe, you spot a leather pouch on the Axeman's belt. Before you have time to open it, however, you see 2 town guards running up the street towards you. If you want to open the pouch and risk being caught, turn to 281. If you'd rather run off with only the gold ring, turn to 64. Now, I'm not a thief. Although I have taken his axe, apparently, because it said while taking his axe. So let's add that to our sheet, by the way. Battle, axe, and gold ring is what we had. Oh, and actually, the gold ring had a number on it, didn't it? What did it have on it? Do you recall? I think it said 47, didn't it? Or 41? Well, now I don't know which page we picked it up on. 45! Oh, I was not even... There was a 40-something. Right, there we go. We should remember that, because maybe it's going to point to a page number later. So we've got the ring, we've got the axe. We're not going to rob the guy. We're not... You know, we're here to stop a shadow demon, not to fill our pockets. But we've already got 650 gold. I know we had 20,000 before we got this army and we built a castle, but we're not going to start robbing people. Putting my foot down there. The guards call out for you to stop, but you run on as fast as you can, keeping an eye out for a tavern in which to dash. Turn to 52. Let's turn to 52. Let's say goodbye to Mr. Scarface. He's gone. And let's find a tavern. A nice tavern. Ooh, and it is a nice tavern. It is a nice tavern. We've got a picture of it, friends. Let us take you there. Let's paint a vivid picture of our surroundings to best it and better involve you in the story. Here we are. 2 minutes later, you see a crooked wooden sign hanging over the door of an old wooden building. A crude drawing of a dragon is painted over it. Above the words, the Black Dragon. There is much shouting and laughter coming from inside the tavern, and you decide to enter at once. You climb a few well-worn stone steps and push open the heavy oak door. Even though it's daytime, the tavern is dark inside, and candles are burning as the small, grubby windows let in virtually no daylight. From the doorway, you see that the tavern is bustling with life, although none of it looks too savoury. Groups of cloaked vagabonds are huddled together in dark corners, while boisterous rogues, much the worse for the ale they've already drunk, sit in the middle of the tavern insulting all who pass by them, including the harassed barmaids, who have to squeeze between the tables carrying their loaded trays. You look from table to table and decide where to sit. No, we can choose. Should we sit at the bar with a drunken rogue or with 3 vagabonds? I think let's sit at the bar. If we're going to get any rumours, we're going to get them from the innkeeper, Jeremy Innkeeper, aren't we? And at least then we can sort of people watch and we can get a good view of how things are looking. What sort of people are here apart from who we've already seen. So 197 is where we're going. We're at the Black Dragon Tavern. Seems a nice place. You squeeze between the tables and sit down on a high stool at the far end of the bar. The barman is a huge, ugly brute. If he said his father was an ogre, you would believe him. "What's your poison?" he grunts, to which you reply, "A mug of apple juice." "Apple juice!" roars the barman out loud. "Apple juice! Ha! The young squib wants apple juice! And I suppose you want milk if we don't have apple juice," laughs the barman as his customers look round to see who he is mocking. "Well, you've come to the wrong place," he continues. "We only serve devil's brew here. Do you think you could take a pint of that?" If you wish to take a pint of devil's brew, turn to 172. If you still insist on apple juice, and at the same time would like to tell the barman to mind his manners, turn to 71. Well, do you know what? Nobody fucking laughs at Rusty when he orders an apple juice. Nobody fucks with Rusty. 71. Give me my apple juice. Did I fucking stutter? Yeah, give me that. Give me my order. The barman looks at you in astonishment, then picks up a wooden club, oh dear, from behind the bar. He storms out from behind the bar, shouting, "I'm going to teach this upstart a lesson." You slide off your stool and draw your sword to face the huge brute as the drinkers crowd around to get a good view of the fight. "Mince him, Fats!" shouts a voice from the crowd. "Hurry up, Fats, I want another drink!" roars another. Then the fight begins. Oh my god. Okay, so there's some separate rules here, but first let me put in his stats. His attack, his skill, is 9 and his stamina is 7. So we are equally matched on skill. I've got just a little bit more stamina than him. Thing is, we don't have any provisions or potions here. So this one says here, if you are the first to win 3 attack rounds, turn to 26. If he is the first to win 3 attack rounds, turn to 227. So this isn't going to be a fight to the death. It's going to be a fight to the near death. So we just have to count the number of wins each person has. Here we go. Ready? 1 for me. 1-0. I'm happy with that. Let's go again. Oh, fuck. 1-1. 1-1. Not good. 2-1 to me. Right, I need one more. Let's do it. Come on, please. Yes! Eat shit, Fats! We are the first to win 3 attack rounds. We turn to 26. We turn to 26. You decide to spare the life of the barman and let him stagger across to his friends to have his wounds attended to. Then you turn to the crowd and say, I'm here in search of brave warriors to join my army to fight the shadow demon that brings death to Elancia. And I'm here for apple juice. That's not even mentioned here now. We've had a big old fight, we had a massive... We've almost killed a man, and we still haven't even got our apple juice. My payment is 10 gold pieces, but I want only the best fighters. Within half an hour, you have 15 warriors signed up. You tell them where to go to join your waiting army. They have to meet Lexan, who will pay them. So, what was that? 15? 15 warriors! 15 new warriors! That takes us back up to 100. And we drop down to 500 gold pieces. 500 gold pieces. Seeing no other characters of interest, you leave the Black Dragon to see what else you can find in Zengis. Turn to 382. Let us turn to 382, my friends. And we can get rid of this tavern now. Goodbye, tavern. After passing a row of old wooden houses, you come across a curious shop. There is nothing displayed in the window except straw and an empty birdcage. Brown plate is flaking off the window frame and also the door, above which is a sign which reads, Pets, normal and unnatural. If you want to enter the pet shop, turn to 112. If you would rather keep on walking, turn to 218. We can't waste time here. We're here for men. We're not here for exotic animals. I really hope we're not going to miss anything important by not going in there. I'm only going by what the back of the book says, that the longer we take, the stronger the demon gets. So I'm gonna stick narrowly focused on my mission and not go in places I shouldn't go. 218, that's where we're going. Further along the street, you come to another shop. The window is full of old things, all piled one on top of another. Boxes, tins, clothes, tools, pottery, carvings, and curios all heaped up like a pile of jumble. A pawnbroker's sign, somewhat the worse for wear, hangs above the door. If you wish to enter the shop, turn to 287. If you'd rather walk on, turn to 141. Well, here's the thing. I've just said that I'm not going to go into any other places. However, I might see if he'll give me anything for this ring. So, but then that'll clear up a loose end, won't it? I'm going to go in the pawn shop right now. Against everything that I've just said I wouldn't do. So, inside the shop, you are greeted by a friendly old woman who calls herself Bonnie. Have a look around. There's a price on everything you can see, says a jolly voice. 2 of the walls are lined with shelves from floor to ceiling. They're crammed with more junk collected over the years, most of it covered with a thick layer of dust. You cast your eye along the shelves and pull out several things which may be of interest, each with its own price tag. Oh, so we can't sell her the ring from the looks of it, but we could buy some stuff. And right here, there is a helmet for 10 gold pieces. But we could buy a brass owl, a copper lantern, a helmet, an ivory box, and a green vase. I think I'm going to buy the helmet for 10 gold pieces. So let's do that. Helmet, 10. Helmet. Learn how to spell, Tom. Helmet. I mean, I do know how to spell. Just actually do it then. That was 10 gold pieces. Okay, there we go. So now we turn to 141. We're leaving the shop. Not buying any of these other knickknacks and trinkets and junk. Covered in dust as well. Why don't you care for your wares, old lady? You arrive at an old building which looks like a barn with large wooden doors at the front. A man is standing in front of the doors, and there's much shouting and cheering coming from inside the building. You step towards the entrance, but the man bars your way. Pie-eating competition, he says gruffly. 5 gold pieces to go in. And then you can join in the competition against Big Belly Man if you think you can out-eat him. Mind you, nobody ever has, I think I should tell you. If you want to pay the entrance fee and go in, turn to 217. If you'd rather walk on, turn to 95. Well, the thing is, maybe Big Belly Man could be a good fighter. And there might be other people in there too. Let's pay our 5 gold. Let's pay our 5 gold and go in, shall we? Right, we're going in. 217 to the pie-eating competition. How do we go from Shadow Demon to fucking pie-eating competition? I don't know. I don't even know what's going on. Seems like we had a really important job. And we've murdered a man for a gold ring. And now we've gone to a pie eating competition. So, here we are. This is Big Belly. He looks a bit like a pig. You pass through the entrance and find yourself in the middle of a packed crowd of cheering people. Some are standing on the floor, craning their necks in order to get a better view of what's happening in the centre of the barn. Others are sitting on the benches of a makeshift grandstand which rises up the other 3 walls. You squeeze your way through the crowd to find out what's going on, until you come to a circular wooden barrier, inside which 2 men are sitting at a table, one at each end, gorging themselves on 2 huge pies. The man to your left is so absolutely enormous that a half moon shape has been cut out of the table where he's sitting so he can reach his pie. He's quite old and completely bald, and he has a monocle jammed into his left eye. His gross body looks all the more obese because of the tight black leotard that he's wearing, with his name, Big Belly, embroidered in yellow letters across it. His opponent, himself a huge man-orc, looks small in comparison. A dwarf, who you're told is the referee, is standing on the table between them, making sure that all the pie is being eaten and none is dropped on the floor. Suddenly, Big Belly Man half rises and punches the air with both hands, and a loud cheer goes up to celebrate another victory. The dwarf calls for order and then announces the result. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the rat and turnip pie eating competition is Big Belly Man! Another cheer echoes through the room before the dwarf can continue. When the noise dies down, he proclaims, after a 5-minute interval, Big Belly Man will challenge anybody to a fish and custard pie eating competition. All challengers sign up here, please. If you want to enter the competition, turn to 14. If you'd rather leave, turn to 95. I'm sort of invested now. Maybe we should just let the demon do its thing. Maybe we should let the demon do its thing and enter the pie eating competition. We're going to enter the pie eating competition. 14. 14. You find yourself the only challenger. Everybody else being unwilling to take on the great Big Belly Man. The dwarf tells you that there is a purse of 100 gold pieces for the man who can defeat Big Belly Man, and that the entry fee is 10 gold pieces. You pay him the money. Let's update that on our sheet now before we forget. 475. So we pay the entry fee of 10 gold pieces and sit down at the table to await the return of the champion. Yet another cheer goes up as the crowd parts to let the big man back to the table. 2 more dwarfs follow him, each wearing cook's clothes and carrying a tray with an enormous steaming pie on top. Big Belly Man sits at the table and shuffles his chair forward to squeeze his stomach into the recess. A pie is then put in front of you, and your nostrils twitched at the mingled aroma of fish and custard. You're handed a wooden spoon, and the dwarf then shouts, "Ready, steady, go!" You plunge your spoon into the pie and begin to eat. To determine who wins, dice must be rolled. Roll 1 die and add this number to your skill score. After making a note of the total, roll the die again and add the new number to Big Belly Man's pie-eating ability, which is 13. Note this total too. Oh my god. Roll the die again and add them to your current score, and then again for Big Belly Man. I'm going to use the online roller here. I'm going to be the blue dice. The top blue dice, so right now it's saying +2. Big Belly Man is going to be the top pink dice, which at the moment says +1. So we need to keep note of these. Add 9 to mine, add 13 to his. In fact, actually, we'll take a note of the top. No, we won't take a note of the top number. Look, we'll do it that way. We'll do it that way. So first, let me just increase these to like 100, just so they don't run out. So I had 9 to mine, we had 13 to his. The first one to get 40 is the winner. Fight. So I've got 13, he's got 15. Let's go again. I've got 23. He's got 30. Fuck me, I think he's going to win. I've got 37. He's got... Ah, he's done it. He's won. He's won, right? Is my maths okay? He's won. Right, Big Belly Man won, but hopefully he respects us enough and he's going to join our army. Or maybe somebody else will. Or maybe we've just wasted time and the Shadow Demons gained more power in the time we've been dicking around. So we turn to 388 because he got to 40 first. 388. 388, where are you? Near the back. Was it 388? It's 388. The crowd goes wild as Big Belly Man celebrates victory once again. In his now familiar way, he punches the air with his hands and roars in satisfaction. You waste no time in making your way to the exit. Feeling more than a little sick after gorging yourself on the foul pie, deduct 1 point from your stamina. Feeling rather like an inflated blood beast, you walk off down the street. Ah, fuck my ass then. We wasted our time in there against the big belly man, but Joel, we had fun. We ate a fish and custard pie. I've never had one of those before. I hear it's a delicacy. I hear it's wonderful. Right, goodbye big belly man, get off my screen. On your left you see an alleyway, at the bottom of which is a pile of barrels. If you wish to go down the alley to investigate, turn to 352. If you'd rather walk on up the street, turn to 177. Gotta walk on up the street. At the corner of the street you arrive at a stone building. It has a sign painted on the window in crude whitewashed letters, which reads, Max's Marauders, Swords for Hire. Oh, we're at the right place then. If you wish to enter the building, turn to 63. I do. We don't even need to read. We don't even need to read. 63 is where we're going. We're going to hire them all. We've got 475 gold, left. Where am I going? 63. 63. Oh, hey, we've got another picture. I just got rid of a fucking picture. Oh, we've got another one. Is that it? That's not it. That's not it. That's it. That's the one. That's the one. I'm here. I've got it. Ding. There we go, friends. The street door opens into a single room, in the centre of which two men are engaged in a practice sword fight with wooden swords. They're being watched by 7 other men. At the far end of the room, a striking blonde woman wearing leather armour is shouting out instructions to the 2 fighters. Stop, she shouts suddenly. Take a rest while I see what this intruder wants. She walks over to you and says, I'm Max and these are my boys. Do you want to join them or hire them? You reply that you may be interested in hiring them. My boys are the best. 200 gold pieces and all 10 of us are yours. Will you pay Max the price she wants? Haggle over the price or refuse the offer and leave? I think it would be rude to haggle. And plus, if we pay her what she wants, maybe she'll be into us. We might be able to get into that leather armor, you know what I'm saying? Let's pay the price that she wants. We'll turn to 124. And then we'll see exactly what we're adding to our sheet. You tell Max to go and meet Lexan at your camp outside Zengis, where she will receive her payment of 200 gold pieces. How many men was it? 7. 7 men. Oh no, sorry, 200 gold pieces and all 10 of us are yours. The 10 marauders for 200 gold pieces. 10 marauders. Marauders aren't on the list, are they? We'll put those as others. So we're down to 275. 10 marauders. We haven't had an army battle yet this whole game. I imagine once we get out of Zengis, we'll do one, shall we? You will not regret hiring us, she says as she leads her men away. You watch her for a few moments before turning the corner and walking on up the street. And 314 is where I'm turning. The street soon turns to the left again, and as shadows of darkness start to creep out from the sides of buildings, you decide that it's time to find an inn. One called Helen's House is the first that you come to, and offers rooms for 1 gold piece a night. If you wish to spend the night at Helen's House, turn to 368. If you would rather find somewhere else, turn to 146. Sure, I went to college with a girl called Helen, and I have no idea why, but she was always a real dick to me. We were in sort of an overlapping group of friends, so saw each other quite often, and she was just a massive cunt the whole time, and I don't know why. So, we are going to pay 1 gold to spend the night at Helen's house, and we're going to leave a shit on her carpet. That's what we're going to do. So, we're going to go to 368, we're going to go to Helen's house and shit on her fucking carpet. That's what we're doing. Oh, and we've got another picture as well, friends. Oh my god, we're going from artwork to artwork in this book. Right, where are you at? There it is. Doesn't look like much of a Helen to me. It was 1 gold, wasn't it? So I'll change that to 274 now. Right, let's get the picture. Look who it is. It's Forrest fucking Gump. It's Forrest Gump is in this place. The door opens into a small reception room which has low oak beams. So the door opens into a small reception room which has low oak beams and white walls. In the wall opposite, a fire is burning in the hearth, and above it is a painting of a small sailing boat. A man is sitting in a high-backed leather chair in front of the fire, vigorously polishing a silver cup. You clear your throat to get his attention, and he turns towards you and says, I beg your pardon, but I didn't hear you come in. As you can see, I'm busy polishing up this cup we won at sailing. But I don't want you to bore you with my sailing stories. A room will cost you 2 gold pieces, including breakfast. Excuse me, it said it would cost 1 gold piece. And this was supposed to be Helen's house. Is this guy called Helen? Is it? 2 gold. Well, I mean, they've already got me in the door. It'll be embarrassing to turn around now. We'll pay the extra gold. But fuck Forrest Gump, man. You pay the room and wait for the man to give you the key. He stands up, but instead leans against the hearth and looks admiringly at the painting. Ah, Harem was a great boat with a great crew. We left all the other boats clean behind it and won all our races except for one. That was lost only because of Spike's navigation. If you want to butt in and ask the man for a key, turn to 81. If you're prepared to be patient and listen to the man's story, I am not. I am not. We're going to 81. Give me the key, Gump. I'm sorry, he says. I do go on a bit, don't I? He hands you your key and you climb the stairs to your room. Turn to 376. 376. You lock the door behind you and slump gratefully into the soft bed. You're asleep in seconds and do not wake until the morning, when there's a loud knocking at the door. Breakfast is ready, shouts Aubergine. Who the fuck is Aubergine? After a large plate of ham and eggs, you feel ready to take on Aglax himself. The peaceful sleep and plentiful food have done you a lot of good. Add 2 points to your stamina. Don't mind if I do. Fuck me. Good. Good, because we've got no provisions or anything. You finally say farewell to Aubergine and walk out into the street. After walking less than 100 yards, the street ends at a junction. If you wish to go left, turn to 65. If you wish to go right, 268. Let's go left. Who the fuck is Aubergine? I feel like maybe if we'd taken a different option before, maybe there would have been a bit more dialogue with these people here. Because this was supposed to be Helen's house. Right, well, let's just say we've left a shit on the carpet and we're going to 65 now. The street turns sharply right and you soon find yourself back at the main entrance gates to Zengis. Remembering your promise to Lexan, you decide to return to your waiting army. Turn to 113. You arrive at the camp before noon and are greeted enthusiastically. You give the order to march. If you wish to cross the River Cock and march south, turn to 262. If you'd rather march east towards the Forest of Fiends, turn to 84. We came across the River Cock. We're not going back down there. We're going to 84. To the Forest of Fiends. The army marches east along the bank of the River Cock until you reach a major fork. Before you rises a dark wall of trees twisting skywards, the sinister looking Forest of Fiends. You march north for a while until you come to a safe section of the tributary to cross. There is much whispering among your troops as you march into the forest, where the daylight quickly fades under the thick canopy of leaves overhead. Only the high shrilling of frightened monkeys occasionally disturbs the strange silence of the forest. As you penetrate deeper, the trees become very dense, and it's slow work threading the army between them. If you wish to press on, turn to 155. If you'd like to send out a scout to find an easier way through the forest, turn to 120. No, let's press on. We're an army. We can hack this thing down on our way. No time to... Oh, fuck me. We should have sent a scout out. We should have sent a fucking scout out. Shit my boots. Alright, let me get the picture up, friends. Let me get the picture up. Not happy about this. Not happy about this one bit. I hope you can tell what it is. It's quite a dark image. Quite a dark image. Here it is. The trees become so densely packed that it feels as if they are pressing in on you. You're forced to call a halt and decide to go on alone with a scout to find whether the forest thins out ahead. Rather than thinning out, however, the trees become packed more closely together until it reaches a point where you almost have to squeeze yourself between them. The scout is walking ahead of you when suddenly he calls out, "Tree men!" Just as you reach him, a huge trunk moves slowly forward on its splayed roots and lashes the poor man with its 2 main branches. All but indistinguishable from the trees around it, you can just make out a mouth hidden in the thick, cracked bark, and above it, a pair of small, ancient eyes which are ringed like the stumps of a branch. The scout is battered to the ground, and the tree man lumbers forward to crush him under its roots. Ignoring the danger, you draw your sword and attack the tree man. Fuck. Fuck. Right, so we're on 9 and 12 right now, and the tree man has 8 and 8. Let's get it on. So far, so good. I don't fancy dying to a tree man. We've already died once today. We rewound time, because fuck that. Look at this, we're not even taking a hit. Yay! Yay us. Fuck you, Treebeard. Dead. Oh. Never mind. There were some additional rules that I didn't read here. Both branches will have a separate attack on you in each round, but you must choose which of the two you will fight. Attack your nominated branch as in a normal battle. Against the other, you will throw for your attack strength in a normal way, but you will not wound it if your attack strength is greater. You must just count this as a successful defense. Too late. We won. We won. We're going to 290. 290. The tree man is far too strong to kill, but with its two main branches severed, it retreats into the depths of the forest. The scout is not too severely injured. Is he not? I thought he got fucking crushed. You help him to his feet and half carry him back to your army. You give the order to head south, and in less than half an hour, you are able to head east again without too much difficulty. Turn to 180. Turn to 180. You pass by a stagnant pool above which the air is thick with hovering insects. In the middle of the pool, you can see the corner of a wooden box sticking out of the weed-covered water. If you wish to wade into the pool to retrieve the box, turn to 325. If you would rather march on, I would. Turn to 68. You come to a wide clearing in the forest in which there is a large boulder. The clearing is strewn with bones and the boulder is splattered with dried blood. If you wish to wait on the edge of the clearing with your army to see if anyone or anything will come back to it, turn to 252. If you would rather walk through the clearing, turn to 312. 312 it is. As I said, we're not going to investigate shit here. We have got a mission to do and we're going to do it. We're not getting sidetracked too much. We got sidetracked by a pie eating contest, I'll give you that. But other than that, we're not getting sidetracked. 312 is where we're going. Let's bid off that tree man. Goodbye. Pow. Gone. Dead. You come across a path that's been cut through the undergrowth. It runs north and south. Will you continue east, or go north along the path, or go south along the path? I've got no reason to believe we need to be going north or south, so I'm going to carry on east. 349. You walk through a section of the forest where there are several mounds of earth, into which clay dolls have been half buried. If you wish to take one of the dolls, turn to 226. If you'd rather leave them where they are, turn to 134. Leave them where they are. Thank you. Thank you very much, game. We're not doing it. We're not falling into your traps. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Fuck! Right, here we are. 134. Here's what awaits us at 134. A large rock in front of you suddenly moves. Then you realise it's not a rock, but the back of a rock man. It stands awkwardly on its rocky feet and turns to face you. Like a tall man with rock-like skin, the waiting servant of Aglat stretches out to grab you and squeeze the life out of your body. It is the thing. Now this, I'll read the special rules before I do the fight this time. If you lose any attack rounds, turn to 202. If you win without losing any attack rounds, turn to 55. So as soon as I lose a round, if I lose one. But his skill is 10, his stamina is 6. Right. Let's get it up. I mean, he outskills us. Oh. Oh god. What number are we putting in here? 10 and 6. Right. Let's do it. Please don't lose one. Fuck! Okay. Alright. Fine. We turn to 202. Is this going to be the end of us? The rock man manages to get its arms locked around you. Two of your ribs crack under the enormous pressure that the rock man applies with its powerful arms. Deduct 1 point from your skill and 2 points from your stamina. Right, let's do that. Let's do that first. 1 from our skill puts us on 8. 2 from our stamina puts us on 10. Quick maths. The rock man squeezes harder as your troops attack it from behind, but its back is almost as tough as stone and the swords bounce off it. You call for a dwarf to try and splinter the rock man with a warhammer. If there are any dwarfs in your army, there are. How many? I've got 45 dwarfs. Yes. Turn to 336. Do it. 336. Diggy diggy hole, dwarf. Diggy diggy hole. Kill that motherfucker. A dwarf runs behind the rockman and swings his warhammer against its back. The rockman groans in pain as the dwarf lands another blow with his weapon. The third strike of the hammer has the desired effect, and the rockman loosens its grip on you. Fragments of rock splinter off it as it slumps to the ground under a rain of hammer blows. Satisfied that the rockman will not serve evil again, you give the order to march on. Yes! Turn to 114. We're doing it, friends. We're doing it. We beat the thing. We beat the thing. We're living the dream. We're smashing it. We're smashing it. You come to a long, deep chasm, which is too steep to climb down and too wide to jump across. If you wish to follow it north, turn to 241. If you'd rather follow it south, turn to 327. The thing is, we came from the south and we went northward up the River Cock originally, I believe. So let's keep going north. 241. 241. Another picture. It's another picture, friends. Let's get it up. Let's get it up. I think it's not a bad one. Finally, for once, it's something good for us from the looks of it. Look at this. Up ahead, a wooden bridge spans the chasm, but you see that it's guarded by 5 knights on horseback. When the knights see you, 2 of them dismount and walk to the bridge, each carrying an axe, poised to cut the securing ropes. They stand with their axes raised above their heads. The other 3 knights, still mounted, raise their visors and say in turn from left to right, "I am Sir Pierce. I am Sir Dean. I am Sir Trevor." The one who introduced himself as Sir Dean then continues, "We are the guardians of the Twisted Bridge. If you wish to cross it, you must answer a question. If you wish to hear the question, turn to 248. If you'd rather attack the knights, turn to 148. Is it what's the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? Baby, could you imagine? 248, let's hear the question. "We are the White Knights, and we fight on the side of order," says Dean in a loud voice. "If you are to prove to us that you are also aligned to order and are worthy of our help, you must answer this question. Which of the 3 star pupils who trained at the school of the Grand Wizard of Yore was the son of the priest from Salamosnis? Will you reply Yastromo, Nicodemus, or Penticora? The only wizard I know from these books that we've already done is Yastromo." I'm going to go with that option, but I'm going to keep my finger here in case it fucks us up and kills us. So we could go, oh, actually, no, it was somebody else. 174. I'm going with Yastromo just because that's the only one I've heard of. "Correct!" the knight says cheerfully. "Now, tell us why you are marching through this infernal forest." You tell your knights about your mission to destroy Aglax. They reply they would be honoured to join your army, and you readily accept their offer. They also tell you that they know a quick and safe route out of the forest. With the mounted knights leading the way, you cross over the bridge. By the time you reach the eastern edge of the forest, it's getting dark, so you decide to set up camp under the cover of trees. Looking up at the night sky, which is at last visible again, you see that the moon is full. You decide to post extra soldiers on watch, ever wary of the presence of were creatures. So they're coming with us, but is it just those 3 that I've spoken to, or is it all 5 of them? I imagine 2 of them would still be guarding the thing, right? I'm gonna say, because it hasn't told me, I'm gonna say it was just the 3 of them. 8. And I've got the 3 sirs, just in case I need to know that I've got them. There we go. 8 knights, 3 sirs. Okay. Turn to 278. I'm just so glad we got the right answer. We didn't have to cheat. Oh, for fuck's sake! Every time I turn to a picture, I'm just filled with dread that it's going to be something bullshit that's going to fuck me over and ruin my game. And here we are. Here we are. This may well come true. Not long after midnight, you are awoken by the eerie sound of howling wolves. Unable to sleep, you decide to go to try and find out if the guards have observed any wolves. You can see some way ahead of you in the moonlit forest, and suddenly catch sight of a dark figure moving through the bushes. Creeping up on guard from behind, the werewolf raises its head and howls at the dark sky before leaping at the surprised guard. Drawing your sword, you run to his aid. If you're wearing the tooth of the Yeti... Oh, fuck, I should have gone into some of those weird shops. I'm not. If you're not wearing this charm, turn to 374. Okay, fuck. The werewolf's long jaw bites down on the neck of the guard. It then turns to face you, its fangs dripping with blood. You must fight the werewolf! If you win the fight without losing 1 attack round, turn to 305. If you lost 1 or more attack rounds and yet still killed, to 228. Right, so if we lose 1 round, we need to remember that. So the werewolf has 8 and 9 on its stamina. 8 and 9. Are we currently on 9 and 10? We're on 8 and 10. Fuck. Okay. Right. Fight! Right, we've lost at least 1 round. Don't lose any more. Come on. Good, good, good. This fight could go either way. We're very evenly matched. I'm not going to roll my luck because we decided earlier on we are ignoring luck. The luck mechanic in this game now. Not cheating, it's ignorance. Oh, fuck me. 1 more hit and we are dead. And that's it, game over, because we've got no potions. We're not going to cheat death, we'll just cheat the rules. Oh, fuck me. Come on, I just need 2 hits on him, please. Oh, no! We did not do it, friends. Well, isn't that disappointing? Isn't that disappointing? We didn't win the fight. We didn't... F indeed. F to me. These books are really fucking hard. These books are really fucking hard. But Zenith, who we made friends with in the week, he's recommended some Lone Wolf games that he grew up with. And I've got a couple of those coming off eBay. So we're going to give those a try next. But fuck me, that's like the 5th one or the 6th one we've tried. I think the 5th one. And I thought this one being different, the fact that we have an army behind us, we didn't even have any army battles. There's a whole like skirmish rules. There's a whole set of special rules for skirmish that we use our army with. We didn't even get to use any of them because we fucking died because of a fucking werewolf attack. So have a lovely rest of day. Byesies!